What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact, and I have these funky glasses on. I don't know. What's up, girl? How you doing? You gotta call me. Call me. Don't call me. No, seriously. For real, don't call me. I'm not answering my phone. What, you got time to talk on the damn phone? What's wrong with you, girl? I think I'm getting hungry. Actually, I think I just got a stomachache. So, this video is going to be like my opinion on the entire experience of the half marathon in the Rock and Roll Marathon, Rock and Roll Humana, Rock and Roll St. Jude's Run in Las Vegas 2019. Okay, so first of all, it was actually just as big and probably even a little bit bigger than I had imagined. I believe there was 60,000 people that showed up for this, and I will say you're going to get people from all kinds of different spectrums as far as, like, I did not anticipate, and I'm not saying this in a rude way, please don't think it like that. I did not anticipate people of so many different athletic levels, meaning I saw people that were doing a half marathon that were clearly 400 pounds, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. But there's no way that they were able to run it. So a lot of people walked. I was under the impression that it was going to be a very, very challenging thing, and you had people that walked it, you had people that run it, you had people that were getting trashed during it, like stopping at liquor stores and grabbing beer, and it was just, it was a very unique thing, and I think probably very unique because of the place that you're at. I will say, obviously, you have people that are very serious about runs, and you have people that are doing it to challenge themselves, and being challenged can happen on any level. A 400-pound person may be challenging themselves to do it, and it could be the beginning of their journey. So don't ever knock people for trying it, because realistically, like, we're all in it to win it on our own platform, and that's kind of like, you have to do it for you. And I would say, like, some key things that stuck out for me were, it was a very well-organized ordeal. A lot more well-organized than I thought for having 60,000 people. So first of all, if you have a choice, sorry, I'm having like indigestion. If you have a choice, try to show up early. Like a day before or something like that, because getting oriented with everything and stuff like that at the last minute would be extremely difficult. I showed up early morning Friday or Saturday, and I had to get my packet by 6 p.m. For me, it was okay, but if there was like any kind of hiccup, I ended up getting my packet, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So if there was any type of hiccup, there could potentially have been some issues there. So maybe coming in a day early could be a good thing for you, but it just depends. Oh my gosh, this is like my 4th video today. I'm so tired. I'm not tired, I just, when I talk a lot. Now, I did not realize that it was going to be a fitness expo pretty much oriented around run. I thought it was like a fitness expo and a check-in thing, but it was literally a fitness expo for runners, which was cool because I'm kind of new to the whole thing as far as running and stuff like that. So I got to kind of see different things, and I wasn't really feeling like pushing towards, you know, seeing things to buy, but they had some good deals on shoes. They had lots of new gadgets and different things that they could offer. They had some cool gear as far as like shirts and stuff like that. You could get like different things airbrushed, and it was a pretty cool experience. I will say the gear was amazing. The gear, like, these were free. These were free glasses. Those were not to do with the run. It was a different company. But there's lots of free stuff. They gave me a shirt. Where's the damn shirt at? It's over there. I don't want to reach for it. The shirt, they gave me my bib. This is the metal. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's so comfortable. This is the metal right here when it like spins around, if you can see it. I thought that was pretty cool. But lots of stuff. Lots of food. And this is all pre-run. Okay, now I ran for St. Jude's, which I think is a really good idea because first of all, they offered like free alcohol, they offered free food, and you just earn, you know, between 500 and whatever, how many ever dollars that you're trying to earn in order to be able to do it. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. The race itself, there was lots of like activities. Once you actually got to the race, there was lots of stuff that they were doing. There was like live bands. There was like, I would assume it's a Bruno Mars impersonator, and he went through all the songs and stuff. And there was thousands and thousands of people. Download some songs to your phone because the cell towers seem to jam quite a bit when there's so many people right there. My phone actually stopped working and I was not able to record my race. So maybe an alternative means of recording or whatever might be an option for you, something to keep in mind. I would say before I got there, or when I got there, I was there about 2 hours, and then we corralled, and it was like a good 1 or 2 mile walk as like a massive group of people, and then they just let different waves go, waves go, waves go, waves go. It was pretty intense. And then it's probably the fastest I've ever ran as far as like trying to get a time and stuff. I did the half marathon in 2 hours and 6 minutes. I was really pushing for the 2 hour mark, but it seemed like at the last 2 miles my body just tanked. And I had not run further than 11 miles, and that's what I think it was, like a pure mental thing. But really, I was having a hard time, especially that last mile. I was just like, oh my gosh, I was dragging back. And that shows on my split speed, so I can definitely increase that, I'm sure. I have mentally committed to do a marathon. I am going to do a marathon, so that's a thing now. But I don't know which one or whatever, but I'm going to continue to train. I'm actually going to go to the gym here in a little bit within the next few hours and still work out and keep going. Once you corral, you take off. Some things that I would pay attention to is maybe bring your own water and stuff like that, because it was kind of a nightmare with all the cups and people. That definitely slowed me down. I think if I wasn't weaving in and out of people and waiting for people the whole time, I probably, and I'm not making excuses, I'm just saying, you're dealing with a massive load of people, and in any given time there could be, you know, shoulder to shoulder. And this is like halfway through the run, 3/4 of the way through the run. It's pretty much the whole way. So you're weaving and bobbing and trying to get around people and stuff like that. And that could easily shave off a couple minutes if you weren't doing that. So I would say hold to the shoulder, try to just keep going and stay out of everybody's way, and just kind of look forward, you know, plan your route as you're going or whatever. But that being said, it was well lit course. I didn't have any issues with that. I listened to music the whole time that I actually had pre-downloaded and stuff like that. Other than that, afterwards, I guess I did not realize how hard I was running. I had like calcium deposits all over my face, and my face was like pure white, and my nipple was bleeding pretty bad. Actually, it's really tender right now because I get that thing where my shirt's jumping up and down and it rubs you raw. My whole shirt was all calcified or whatever. I actually ate as I was going along and drank some water, very, very small amount. But I carved up pretty good right before the race, and then afterwards, it was amazing. Like the amount of food and drinks and stuff that they give you was really intense. Gatorades, chocolate milks, Pringles, granola bars, all kinds of things, bananas, everything, water. It was really, really a cool event, and they definitely did not chintz on anything. It was really nice. Definitely the biggest event I've ever been in. I don't know if there was a bigger one, if there's even a bigger one. I'm sure like New York Marathon is probably bigger, but definitely the biggest event I've ever been to as far as running. I mean, it's kind of funny because I've been to some where it's just like a board and they just say, go ahead. So, pretty cool. If I were to give you any advice at all, I would say train your ass off. I talked to a lot of people that had trained kind of mediocrely or whatever, and they were struggling quite a bit. And whether it's a half marathon or marathon, I would say don't skip your training. I trained for 30 weeks. I didn't miss a single run, and I probably could have trained faster in some of my runs. As far as like, I probably should have trained like more sprinting and stuff like that, and I'm going to think about doing that because I really, really, really want to keep my time as low as possible. First of all, your run's going to be a lot easier the less time that you have to run, but definitely feels better to get a lower time, I would think. Afterwards, I was actually surprised at how poorly I felt. My legs had completely locked up. My split speed was 9:39 per mile, and I think that was the fastest I probably ever ran. And I have a foot problem like 3 days ago. Well, I keep saying 3 days ago. It's probably been a week and a half. I've had a foot issue, and that has caused me some substantial pain in my left foot. So I've been dealing with that. So I think I probably could have picked it up a little bit more, but I was also trying to be very mindful of it. There was a couple times where it was an issue. But for the most part, it was perfectly fine. I was jumping on and off curbs and just kind of bailing or whatever. I ran with run straps on my knees for runner's knee. What the hell is that? Did you hear that horn? Sounds like a dang missile thing or something. That's kind of weird. I don't even know if you can hear that, but that was really loud out there if I can hear it on the 20th floor. So other things like I would say your anxiety is like, the energy really fuels it, and I think that's what helps with it. But like afterwards, I felt nauseous like I've never felt before, and I think it was due to pushing so hard. I actually think there's a girl that I was running with, not running with, but like she was acting super positive and like, thank you for your service or whatever to all the cops and stuff along the way, because they blocked all the roads off and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, she's got a really good pace. And there was a couple people I kind of paced behind, and then I saw her, and I messaged her. I asked her, hey, when did you start? What is the time you're trying to finish, and where are we at? And she was like, I'm trying to finish in 150. I'm trying to, I started at 5:13. I'm like, okay, cool, that's the same wave, and 150 sounds good. I ended up running with her behind her, lost her for a little bit, slowed down, and then picked it back up, and apparently I just bolted right past her or whatever, and she was really tanked out. I ended up finishing like 3 minutes before her. But she apparently, I guess, was running some of her longer runs and then maybe didn't run the shorter runs. I don't know. She was telling me something about it or whatever. But I would say that's probably the best thing I would do. They also have pacers. Apparently, I did not know that, which would have been pretty cool. And they actually ran for the company or whatever. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that they did that. If that was the case, I probably would have linked up with one of those really quickly. But that would be pretty interesting to know for future information. So apparently they have pacers that are people that are actually running these things, and they run them at a certain pace, and then they have like a little card that says whatever number that you're trying to achieve. So that was pretty cool. Aside from that, I would say do it. Like, challenge yourself to do something cool. It was really fun. It would have been fun with other people or whatever, but I would like to do it in the future, possibly a marathon. I saw some of the people doing a marathon out there, and I was like, that's tough. Like, they were really kicking ass. Like, I shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to my run partner, even though I'm pissed off at her, Stephanie, for running with me pretty much every day for 30 weeks. Shout out to like all the support, you know, and I'm not saying that like I'm not trying to act like I'm accepting an Emmy or whatever, but like a lot of you guys understood. Sometimes I was late for training because I was running, or sometimes I was this, or sometimes I was that. It was a big commitment, and I appreciate all of you guys working with me and sticking by my side for all of it, because it was interesting. My review of that, like if I had to like scale it from like 1 to 10, what it would be, freaking 20. It was cool. It was awesome. Like you couldn't pick a cooler place to run. The lights, the energy, there was live bands all across the way and stuff like that. Maybe bring some extra cash or whatever for different things or whatever, but really super cool. Even for people that aren't crazy super serious about putting up a time, I was really focused on my time, and I was a little bit more serious of a runner in there. You could tell, you know, when people weren't serious or if they were just having fun, and that was what it was. It was like a large scale fun race, and there was some people that did exceptionally well, but it was an awesome thing. So if you're going to think about doing it, I would say probably go ahead and do it. And why not pick like St. Jude's or something like that to go ahead and raise money for, and then they'll provide you with a ticket. Anyway, thank you guys. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water, and have a beautiful day.